I thought the stuff would be I really did, and it's not. I have to break hearts. This is
Is
really...
this what you would have thought would be the final two?
Not even close.
You're the problem. By making me cut these out, you're the problem. The bad guy's Teddy. I'm not the bad guy. I'm just doing the work.
Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre here, back with Kevin. Kevin, good to see you.
Great to be here, Teddy.
So we have a fun one today. You ready?
Let's just mention we're in your store.
We are in our store. I appreciate that. We are. We sure are.
This was a dream come true for you.
It was. It was a long time coming. We met 5 years ago in Cleveland. We were doing a speaking engagement. So
I said the chance you get a store is zero.
Yeah, I took that to heart, you know, and we made it happen. And I appreciate you for making the trip.
Well, here we are. So you got one. That's fantastic. It's very nice too.
So today, though, talking about business ventures,
right,
and thinking about this whole world of watches. I mean, these are two passions of both of ours. You know, entrepreneurship, small business, and watches. We're going to combine those two ideas today.
What's the concept?
The concept is, so we asked some different owners of smaller upstart brands to pitch you.
Independence.
60 seconds. They made a video for you to react to. In addition, though, they then have sent us the watches that they make.
This is very cool. From anywhere in the world.
Wide variety. We have Japan, we have the UK, we're in the US, all over, just to hear your opinion.
I don't think anybody's ever done this before.
It's going to be a little bit of a pitch.
It's a watch Shark Tank.
Look at how that works.
Amazing.
So what we'll do is we'll go through each brand, we'll watch the video, you can give it a watch, and then to follow, we'll then pull in some watches, we'll have a quick little discussion, and what I want to do at the end, it'll be hard because I give kudos to all these brands.
So we're going to pick one.
You're going to pick one.
Great.
You're going to pick one brand as the winner, but big respect. I love entrepreneurs that are going for it. We need small makers like this.
So hearts are going to be broken.
You can break the hearts if
I'm
you'd
good
like.
at that, not a problem.
You're a heartbreaker for sure. But great brands, definitely check them all out. But let's kick it off with the first brand. This brand.
All right, I love it because we're supporting independence. That's fantastic. Right. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So what? These are 60-second videos.
60-second videos.
Roll it.
This first one is from a brand called Studio Underdog.
Hi, my name's Richard and I'm the founder of Studio Underdog, which is a passion project that I started working on during the 2020 lockdowns. I felt the watch industry was quite a serious place at the time, so I wanted to inject a little bit of fun, a bit of playfulness into it. And I did so by introducing a watermelon-themed column wheel chronograph. At the time, I genuinely thought that maybe 5 people would be interested in such a watch, but I'm pleased to say I was incredibly wrong, and we've got thousands of happy customers all over the world. This passion project has now snowballed into a fully fledged business, all thanks to the incredible support of the enthusiast community. You've got a chronograph and a recently introduced field watch in front of you. I can't wait to hear what you think.
I thought it was a watermelon.
It was a watermelon.
So is this from England?
He's based in the UK. So let's bring in the watches now.
All right, all right.
So this is Studio Underdog. We have 2 different watches here. So let's first look at the watermelon. Could you guess which one is the watermelon?
Yeah,
Kevin?
really.
So this is a mechanical chronograph. It's a seagull movement, but flip it around. I mean, it's still, this is
impressive. What's the price point on this, Teddy?
$600. Now that's a Chinese seagull movement, but
there are going to be a lot of Chinese movements.
But you can't, dock it. That comes
No,
with
I'm not. I'm just saying, how can you make a watch for under $1,000?
How can you make a chronograph under $1,000? It's ludicrous to think of that. A mechanical chronograph, column wheel chronograph.
So it's about the dial. It's very, very different.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's very interesting. But he's also got a field watch here.
This is his next series. This is his field watch style. That one has a Solita.
Looks like a luminescence dial, maybe.
Look at this. I came prepared.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's cool. So this guy's sort of a funky chicken dial guy. I like it.
So
Chinese movements.
That one is Swiss. 37 millimeter case. What do you think? Which one do you like more?
Actually, I'm kind of torn because I think the watermelon's really funky. It's definitely different. And you want that sometimes, it's fun. But this is actually a serious piece. It's
Swiss-made movement on the inside.
Nice.
Solita.
Well, look, I'm impressed because he's obviously gone from the watermelon theme, which got him going, with the funky chicken story during the pandemic, into something that's quite competitive as a field watch under $1,000.
This is the first of 8. So now you have Studio Underdog.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Well, I won't forget.
Won't forget. We'll come back at the end.
Okay.
Okay, so we're heading to Japan now, Kevin.
Hello, Teddy and Kevin. I'm Kenji, the founder and designer of Kuokioro. Thank you for the chance to introduce you to our brand. Kuo Kyoto was established in 2020. I first came up with the idea for this brand when I was in London to study English in 2011. Our watches are inspired by the vintage watches that I saw during my time abroad, but use modern movements and materials to provide more reliable and accessible products. All our watches are assembled here in our Kyoto workshop, which allows us to maintain a high degree of quality control as well. We plan to open our first physical store this spring in Kyoto. If you're ever in Kyoto, please drop by and take a look at our lineup. Thank you, bye-bye.
I was just in Kyoto.
I was in Tokyo a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I went from Tokyo up to Kyoto. Beautiful place. So
now you have a place to go when you go back.
So let's look at these pieces because he's got a vintage vibe going there, you know?
Yeah, so this is more of a classic field watch design here. So you have a few different options. So 2 watches that are in front there. I mean, first on the left side you have actually
very much a Hamilton look here.
Yeah, classic. I mean, as he was mentioning, English design.
Oh, there's a bit of texture on that dial. What's going on there?
A little kind of, grain to the dial, right?
Yeah.
I love that brown too. So these are going to have Seiko or Miyota calibers on the inside. That one is priced right in that $500 range. So pretty affordable for the watch.
Yeah.
Assembled in Japan.
Okay.
Bronze case, which you rarely see.
Interesting.
That's a Miyota caliber on the inside, similar price range.
Yeah.
And then that one's a little bit higher end. It's also a Miyota caliber. You're getting their 9 series.
This is probably
movement.
his signature piece, I would think.
I mean, it seems like it's the higher end piece from the brand.
Yeah.
This is probably my first time really getting a lot of hands on.
Yeah, very nice against this textured dial. My eye goes to this because it's kind of unique. You don't see too much of that. It's different. I think he's relatively successful if he's gone this far. He's obviously selling them.
And more of a purist approach. We saw craziness.
Right.
Now we're going back to classic.
But also a flair for design on this.
I love that beads of rice bracelet too.
Yeah, it's very nice. And I'm kind of thinking 1950s a little bit.
See that? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. What was that one called?
Kuo.
Okay. Watermelon guy, Kuo guy.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Japan and UK.
Got it.
Let's move on to the next one.
All right.
So now we're heading to France.
All right.
Welcome Teddy, welcome Kevin in our showroom in Paris.
Look at this. A little upscale here.
Yeah.
Slow, kind of jazzy.
Yeah, a little lo-fi, right? Yeah. Get you in the mood, huh?
Hello Teddy, hello Kevin. My name is Etienne. I'm the founder of Baltic Watches. I created the brand 6 years ago on Kickstarter, and we are mainly doing vintage-inspired design watches. So we are based in Paris, and now we have more than 30 watches in our different range, which are classic watches, sports watches, and divers.
30.
Thank you, Teddy. Thank you, Kevin, for having me in the show. I hope to see you soon in Paris. À bientôt.
Look at that.
Baltic, so you can take a look. So you have chronograph, that's their tri-compacts, classic design,
Now,
mid-20th.
I've seen this before. This look is...
Yeah, sure. So that's looking, and we've looked to the 1960s chronograph design, obviously.
I mean, that's an early Rolex.
Got a little bit of the Daytona, Paul Newman in there. I could see that for sure.
Yeah, definitely a little Paul Newman thing going on. But look, it's a classic look.
Swiss movement on the inside. You're talking about $1,600, $1,700 for that. It's a mechanical
That can be
chronograph.
mistaken as a vintage.
I mean, it's beautiful. And they knock that vintage inspiration out of the park. Next is their MR01. So this is a watch. You look at this.
That's a very nice piece.
Take a look at that. Now, price on that one is under $600.
You got to be kidding.
Yep. And then take a look at the back. So it's Chinese movement, but it's a micro rotor movement for under $600. Pretty cool stuff.
It's really nice.
I love the Arabics on that dial, and then you have that textured grain to go along with it. But
that's Chinese, amazing.
but
because they're really moving up the feeding chain. This is very, very compelling with the whole, call it tribute to the Rolex vintage, if you want to call it that. Other people say it's just a straight ripoff. But
it's like, I'd say vintage inspired. Then this is their
vintage inspired, okay.
Vintage inspired. This is their aquascaf. Movement on that one is a Miyota.
Okay.
Miata, so Japanese.
Japanese. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I put that just up with the Swiss as well.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
you know, I really think this guy's done a great job here. These obviously sell now. I mean, I think these would sell well.
They do. So, I mean, these guys I know are probably one of the more mature upstart brands in the last decade that have come around. I mean, they started, I believe, in 2017.
This is the highlight, I think, what he's done here.
It's sharp, right? Well under $2,000, Swiss
Also,
mechanical
look at the
chronograph.
polish on this bracelet.
They do a nice job, no
It's
question.
interesting. It's a third-party bracelet, but it's a good one.
Looks good? You like it?
Yeah, I do. It's very interesting.
All right.
I mean, I have not seen this before. That's new. Maybe I'll drop in when I go to Paris. I'm heading out there in April.
All right, we're on number 3. We have multiples to go, so we have 5 more brands to go.
Okay.
There's Baltic.
We're gonna have to do a summary to,
Yes,
bring me back.
yes. We'll bring them all out.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
So now we're heading to the United States. Here we are.
Hey there, my name's Nathan Trafford. I'm the founder and designer at Trafford Watch Company here in Austin, Texas.
Ooh.
Much like our hometown, we like to kind of do our own thing while tipping our hat to what came before.
Nice.
We're very much grounded in traditional watch design, but we like to modernize it through color, typography, and wearability. We like watches that are adaptable, so it's really important to us that every model be just as comfortable being dressed up as it is being dressed down. Really, our goal for every Trafford watch is that it complements who you are as a person, as well as being so well made that it's something that can be passed down to future
Pretty good.
generations. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share my passion with you. There's a ton of good micro brands out there, so I'm really excited to see what you guys have to say. Thank you.
Well, he's right about that.
He's
but
right.
there's a lot of style in there. It's very interesting. Let's have a look at them.
Let's
bring
bring
out
them
the
out.
pieces.
Let's bring them out. Trafford, here we go.
Yeah.
So this is their Crossroads. You're getting the same
Look at
collection
that.
here. You get a couple on a strap, couple on
Yeah.
a bracelet, different dial colors to choose from. I see a nice red.
It's
that,
almost Cartier inspired, you know?
I mean, it has a rectangular square
Yeah.
case, so there's definitely some inspiration, but I think they do a nice job. I like the hollowed out syringe style hands, different colors.
It's interesting. It's different. Now, these movements are from where?
These are going to be for them. They actually somehow are using, for a 9 series movement under $500 for
How are they
Miota.
doing that?
I mean, it's just good value. I mean, probably
they
less
got
overhead and the Japanese movement again.
I mean, this is going to be a tough competition, Teddy. This is good stuff.
I mean, this is a curved sapphire too. I mean, think about. I mean, look at that.
I know.
It's a curved sapphire. They have to.
What's the price point on that?
This is $500.
No way. He's not making any money.
We'll have to ask him.
That's nuts.
I mean, when you have less overhead, Kevin. I mean, you can.
No, I know, but I mean the components
Yeah,
alone.
no, he's definitely making it happen for that amount of money. I give him props.
Yeah, that's very interesting. American with Japanese movements.
Yes.
And interesting sort of rugged bands,
What do you like, the bracelet more or you like the straps more?
Well, I like the bracelet. I think that this is really quite a compelling piece. I think it's a nice, it's a dial, it's an eye catcher. All right, keep up the pace.
Hi Teddy, Kevin, and the watch community. I am Jose. I'm the co-founder and creative director at Isotope Watches, a company based in England, and we are in the market for 7 years now. And we are in a mission to make different watches. We try to make them as complicated as possible, but very simple, in a simple way, very traditional way.
Simple yet complicated.
The 2 examples that I sent you for your analysis, one it's one of our best-selling divers, and the other one it's a prototype. So I am risking to send you a prototype for your analysis, and hopefully you can take a look to see what's coming next. It's a novelty. No one has ever seen it before, so enjoy.
Well, so we're seeing a prototype. Love that.
So he's taking a risk.
Prototypes are where some of the greatest values are crafted. All right, let's
Take a
see.
look. So this is Isotope. Purple dial, that's their Hydrium Pro.
Look at that.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, very interesting. And movements where?
It's a Swiss movement.
Yeah, that's really quite something.
Handset's very unique. There's like no counterweight on that second hand, pretty cool. Madness with the color matching, but it somehow
Totally.
kind of works.
Somehow kind of works.
So you're right over $1,000 for that, around $1,100.
Well, he's really caught my eye. This is the prototype?
And this is the prototype. I haven't seen this yet either.
Okay, that's nuts.
They call that their Compact Moonshot. That's the name of it.
Very
So
nuts.
it's their chronograph.
Oh, look at this. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in here.
And if I saw visuals of that correctly, on the chronograph sub-registers, he adds these little discs that will have these cutouts that will appear, that will show the time.
I haven't seen that before. That's a new iteration.
That's pretty creative to showcase how you can do that at a
I mean, it gives it a kind of an eerie look from a foot away. Look at that. You don't see the detail until you really examine it, because it's hard to read. Look at that. I mean, you've got to get a loop to read it.
Pretty sharp? You like
it? It is.
You a fan?
Yeah, I'm a fan. Very good. This is a great, I mean, this guy is doing 7 years of production. So.
And let's give him props. He sent us a prototype.
It's a pretty good prototype.
All right, so 3 more from the UK now, going back to the United States.
Manta is an American-owned, Swiss-made watch brand. For the last 8 years, we've been committed to delivering uncompromising quality in our classically inspired Swiss watches. Obsessed with every meticulous detail, Manta watches are over-engineered, offer an incredible wrist feel, and stand the test of time. Manta offers a unique and compelling proposition to our clients. Every year we attend countless watch events, and the resounding theme is that every Manta is mind-blowing in person. Not at just our price point, but multiples of it.
We do this because it is embedded in everything that we do in life. To achieve the unachievable, we do not compromise on any aspect of our watches. Whether you are into a classic sports watch or an elegant timepiece, Manta offers 2 permanent robust watch collections while always continuing to innovate and produce new designs. Manta is truly a brand that ticks all of the boxes.
So based in the Midwest, they're in St. Louis.
Yeah, let's have a look at those.
Watches.
I mean, they are pulled off the heritage of Rolex in a big way.
So we have 2 different watches.
Or Tudor, if you want to call it.
So on the left is their Ocean King.
Yeah.
Now this is going to be one of the more pricey watches that we see. So this is getting in at $2,500, but very well finished.
What does that look like to you?
I mean, it looks like a Submariner. I mean, yes, I see it, of course.
It's good. It's a good iteration. Price point on this?
$2,500.
I mean, it's really hard.
Swiss made. It's a Swiss made watch.
Yeah.
Pretty
so,
cool.
I mean, if you're obviously they're coming in at below the Tudor and Rolex pricing.
I mean, their clasp too. I think their clasp is also another thing I call attention to. I mean, it's really well finished and it's a nice looking watch. That's called their Noble. So that's a little bit more attainable. It's under $2,000 for that one.
I only bring up the point because you try and figure out what the inspiration was for these dials.
This one is not as so on the nose and direct. I think. I mean, probably pulling from a lot of different places.
I like the blue though. It's
sharp. Kind of this gradient style dial too.
Yeah.
I also think the finishing on these pieces. I mean, look at like the angles on those. Like
I'm impressed with the polish actually.
Yep. And then we have 2 more, and then we'll get them all out in one tray.
And we're gonna have to make a decision.
We're gonna have to make a decision.
But well, I will say right now that the quality of the competition is beyond what I thought. What I thought was gonna happen would be the standard kind of low end, bring out the Chinese movement, slam on a case and a dial. That's not what happened here.
You're seeing some creativity.
There's some creativity, yeah.
Okay, so next we have another one. This guy is based in the United States as well.
Hi, I'm Craig, founder of Wrist Enthusiast, and we just launched a watch brand. Ren is the new exclusive brand of Wrist Enthusiast, and our first watch is the Diver 1. This Swiss automatic watch has both vintage and modern touches, all for under $900. The stainless steel case is 41 millimeters in width, 47 millimeters lug to lug, and the case and bracelet are DLC coated. Not for color, but for scratch resistance. As a dive watch, the watch has 200 meters of water resistance, as well as some really bright lume on that sandwich dial. But what everyone loves about this watch is the dial. Is it green? Is it blue? We're not even sure, but we think it looks good. So why did we make a watch? Well, we're watch collectors first and wanted to provide our community with a high quality watch at a very affordable price. Wrist Enthusiast is also in a unique position to market our watches to our 600,000 plus combined social media followers and our 300,000 plus monthly website visitors. Each Diver 1 comes with a flat-link steel bracelet and a fitted black rubber strap. And yes, Kevin, we're already working on a red strap for you. We're only making 100 pieces of the Diver 1 in this initial color dial. You can pre-order it now at wristenthusiast.com.
So you got the marketing pitch. You already have
the marketing pitch.
You have the red strap already pre-ordered.
That's good sucking up. I mean, I like sucking up.
We know you do. We know you do.
Absolutely. It's the first guy to say that. That's good.
And the good news is, I have the dial guy with me, so you'll be able to decide: is it blue? Is it green?
Great.
Let's bring it in. This is Ren is the name of the brand. So you tell me, Kevin.
Wow.
What do you think?
Look at that.
Swiss-made watch, Swiss movement.
That's really
stainless
quite
steel.
That's his diver, right?
Mm-hmm. Just under $900.
Yeah. Listen. I mean, is it blue? Is it green? He's right. You don't know. That's actually quite something.
Sandwich style dial, so it has layered superluminova
Good
underneath.
iteration of a diver. Good iteration. I'm always trying to say, where have I seen it before? Well, I don't think I've seen this before.
That's good.
You know, it's sort of I see a little bit of vintage Rolex, but not too much. Impressive.
Kind of a mid-size, mid-size case. I mean, it's a 41, but it wears pretty small. And then when I tried that one on, I thought it was pretty good.
It's very nice, Teddy. I mean, you know, my goodness. It's just out of the blue with this, or out of the green.
What is it? What is it?
What is it? I mean, I think what you're going to get with this is some eye candy appeal. People are going to say, well, I haven't seen that before. What is that?
Pretty cool.
Very,
Like it?
Very, very, very. I mean, it's a
competition.
Yeah, no,
it's tough.
I'm blown away by the competition. This is going to be really tough. We have one more, right?
We have one more, and then you're going to narrow down the field.
Yeah, no, it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very hard. I mean, it's really, there's a lot of great design in here, and a lot of thought went into this. It's going to be tough.
All right,
I love to
final
support
one.
watchmakers.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's absolutely right. So now we're going back to the Midwest United States.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
I'm Chase, founder of Okanagan.
I like Chase.
I wasn't passionate about
behind
my day job. It was a great company, but I wanted a better work-life balance. I've always loved watches, so I launched Okanagan back in 2015 with their first model, the Burnham. We've gone on to release everything from a compressor-style GMT to a manually wound flyback chronograph. We currently have two models, the Olmsted, a perfect everyday field watch with a super clean, legible design, and the Humboldt GMT. It's our adventure watch with anti-mag, anti-shock, and it's meant to go anywhere. We pride ourselves on our design, craftsmanship, and service. It's something that definitely sets us apart. We're also one of the only US-based brands to have our own in-house watchmaker. We service every watch we produce and can make parts using traditional machines and our own two hands. We've been fortunate to work on some fun projects, like Wilson Sporting Goods, to create the world's first watch with a baseball inning tracker. We're very proud to be on the wrists of some amazing collectors, but just as importantly, we're honored to be on the wrists of the person who's buying their first real watch, or a watch to mark a truly important life event. We love being part of their story, and that we're putting our own mark on the world of horology.
True watchmaker.
Okanagan.
Very good presentation.
I thought that was a very strong pitch.
I thought
right?
so. Very strong pitch. Now let's see the product.
All
I mean,
right.
it looks great. The thing is,
Talking is
video
one
can
thing.
make anything look great. We got to see the piece.
All right, so here we are.
Wow.
So a few different things in front of you.
Yeah.
So that is your baseball timer, which is pretty creative.
Very.
I think you rotate the bezel as you're aligning with each inning.
I've never seen that before, right?
I give them props. It's a smart, pretty cost-effective way to do
Swiss
something
movements,
different.
right?
Swiss movements, that is correct.
Clean dial.
That one's called their Ashland.
With a date. Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. Okay.
Then the Olmsted. This
Clean.
is what I...
He said it.
Yep,
Clean.
Yep. The white with the orange is their brand. That orange
Yeah, I see
pop
that.
is...
He's carrying that sweep, that orange sweep and everything, right? You see the little cross T at the tip? I think it's a theme he's pulling off on. They're all. It's the same sweep on everything.
And that's their Humboldt GMT.
Yeah.
GMT. All of these are in that $1,000 to $2,000 price point.
This
Will
is
depend
a
on the straps and
Swiss
bracelet.
GMT movement.
Swiss GMT movement.
That's very impressive, actually. I mean, I got to tell you, Teddy, I thought the stuff would be shit. I really did, and it's not. It's not poo-poo on a stick.
I agree. These are some real brands here.
I mean,
and some cool stuff. I mean, I am all about supporting smaller brands. That said, though, Kevin.
No, I think this is going to be a very popular segment. We should do this maybe once a year or twice a year because we're giving young watchmakers a chance to shine in a really, large arena. Between you and me, we've got millions of followers. I'd like people to see this stuff.
If you're enjoying this, let us know in the comments. But now, Kevin, you are tasked with deciding a winner.
I thought it was going to be so easy, but already, I mean, this is tough.
This is what we'll do. We'll get all the watches in front of you.
We should.
And then you're going to narrow down the field to a final two.
Yeah.
Then we'll have those final two in front of us, and then you'll decide a winner.
And I'm going to talk about the metrics by which I do this because there's a lot of different aspects to what we've learned here today about these makers. Very impressive. I mean, Teddy, I got to tell you, I really, really am impressed. So, release the hounds, bring out the watches.
We'll do it. All right, Kevin. So we have all the brands in front of us now.
So the way I'd like to do this, Teddy, is eliminate from the bottom up.
Okay.
Okay, so we're not picking a winner right out. And talk a little bit about the presentation and the piece itself. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'll say this right out of the gate, there are no losers because I was blown away by the quality. I thought it would be, just garbage, but that's not what happened. Obviously, there's a whole new level of maker moving up, saying I want to compete, and I'm going to go into the market, get movements from Japan, China, obviously, and of course, Switzerland. But the level of creativity on the cases and the dials is quite stunning. So it speaks well for the future for these makers. But there's only one winner, so let's get to work. This is the first elimination. Here.
Oh, Japan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that they weren't great.
Well, okay.
Not that they weren't great. But remember, I'm looking at it saying to myself, if I'm going to walk out with one of these on my wrist, that's not going to be that one because I have many, and so do others that look like that.
Okay.
But doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, what am I going to do here, Teddy? What am I going to do? I have to break hearts, but I won't lose any sleep. Don't worry.
Okay. I like the bronze. I think that's one of my favorite watches on the table. Okay. So
Too
now,
bad.
Too bad. Kevin decides. All right.
Take it off. Like it's gone.
All right.
Eliminate it.
Eliminate it.
So that I don't have to think about it again. All right. I mean, this is tough, but it's really, really tough, but I'm sorry. The prototype I did not love. Okay. So that's my reason. This purple watch is very, very creative, and I'm going to give all accolades to the maker on this one because it's an eye grabber. It's this one that knocked me down, the prototype, and for that reason I'm out. These are from the same maker, are they not?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. What was the name of this one?
Oak and Oscar.
Loved it. I love the thematic orange sweep on the second hand.
You also have the white one down here.
Yeah, I know. But again, am I walking out with this on my wrist? No. Not that I didn't love it. And I will say the pitches were very, very good. So they did some thinking about it. But it's not one I'm going to say I'm taking this out with me because it's so unique. I'm looking for uniqueness here, right? I'm a dial guy. I've got so many watches and I'm looking for something that fits and makes it different. But I want to be supportive of everybody. But you are, the problem, this whole thing, Teddy, is you. You're the problem.
I'm the problem.
You're the problem. By making me cut these out, you're the problem. The bad guy's Teddy. I'm not the bad guy. I'm just doing the work. This was a solo, right?
No, we have 3. Baltic.
3, yeah.
So we have Baltic there.
See,
it's hard too when you have multiple watches.
I know, it's very tough. And they're smart to send them in. Yeah. Baltic did an amazing job. Of the 3, I must say, that is a spectacular.
The MR1?
Yeah, MR1 is beautiful.
It's the most inexpensive, I believe, of any on the table.
It doesn't matter. The dial is just creative and striking. And remember, he went into a vintage vibe that's clearly, a Daytona vibe from the early 60s. But I love it, and I really think he did a great job. But again,
So are you keeping them, or are you?
No, I'm just finding a reason.
Okay.
Don't piss me off, Teddy. In a way, he would have been better off just to bring this.
He doesn't know what you like.
I know, that's the problem. Anyways, for that reason, I'm out. But I have to make a decision, you horrible man. By the way, these are fantastic watches. This is ridiculous.
You would probably add one of those to your collection, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. I mean, they're just really, really well done. There's nothing wrong with this.
You have spoken, though, Kevin, so
yeah,
unfortunately,
I know. For that
we have to do it.
You are so horrible.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, my goodness.
So then there were 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Loved Watermelon Guy. I loved him, and he was a great presentation from Britain. But I have to make a decision, and unfortunately, I have to say goodbye to Watermelon Guy.
Why is that?
Obviously your favorite, Teddy, but you're making me make the decision.
I'm not saying it's my favorite, but I just thought that the presentation was so strong. He cut out a watermelon with our faces on it.
He did. It was fantastic. I knew it was a watermelon. It was crazy. Studio Underdog's a great name, too.
I like that, too.
It's a great name. I mean, what am I going to do? I got to make a decision. Okay. Now, we're down to 3.
Down to 3. You only have to eliminate one more, Kevin, and then the winner round. Championship round.
I know. I mean, this is horrible. This is just horrible. Now we're really getting into high-end work here. This is the Monta.
Yes, they're the most expensive of any on the table.
And they're beautiful.
They're very well finished.
Monta, you did a fantastic presentation too. Fantastic. They're all great pieces. I mean, you did some curation on your own, obviously.
Yes, I love all these brands. I think they're fantastic.
They're all fantastic, yeah. I love Monta, but got to go because I got to make a decision. Thank you, Monta. But for that reason, I'm out. Just because I have to be. I have to be out.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to. How am I going to get down to a winner here? Monta's not the winner, but it's up there. It's in the top quartile.
Top 3. Kevin, I am.
This is really, really tough. This is.
Devin, is this what you would have thought would be the final 2?
Not even close.
I'm actually have not yet decided as I look at these. These are both spectacular. They are, There should be a 1 and 2 prize, Teddy. If you were a nice guy, that's how it would have been.
No, I think everybody gets a prize. And these are all great brands. Again, please go check out all of them. But Kevin, you have to decide now. So we have 2 different brands, Trafford and Wren.
Yeah.
Let's take a step back. We'll talk about the watches, but also talk about the presentation. Why are these 2 the final 2?
As far as I'm concerned, across all these great makers and all the creativity, for something that is unique, that when you're going to walk out of Teddy's here today and it's on your wrist, let's say it was, does it create a conversation? Does it create a conversation? And I've said this since we met years ago. Great dials create conversations, particularly amongst 2 collectors that don't even know each other because they haven't seen it before. And because they're collectors and they're always inspired to learn more, always learning, it's a simple question: what is that? Now, I always think I've seen every watch, and every collector does think that. Then when you come along something that you've never seen before, that is really what we're talking about here. And you've curated this fantastic group, and these are truly down to the last 2.
I'm surprised these are the last 2.
Really?
Not to say that these are bad watches, but I mean, these are smaller brands. You had some more mature brands in here, and I mean,
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
What's really cool too is I think this could change for a lot of these individuals, like their business, by being able to get this spotlight, which is what I really wanted here.
There is no question with these 2 pieces. If I wore them on my wrist, I would be stopped by all the, and I meet so many collectors all around the world. I'm just so fortunate to be in that community. So are you. The reason I chose these 2 is that this would be, let's say I went to Watches and Wonder and I wore these watches. I guarantee you, both of these, people say, what the hell is that? That's what would happen. So.
One winner, Kevin.
Yeah, I know.
You
I'm going to bring out number 2, and that's going to identify number 1, right? That's how we're
you could do whatever you'd like. You could pick the winner, or you can eliminate.
One last look. You've got to admit, this Wren thing is just nuts. It's beautiful what he did there. Okay, Teddy. It's
Go ahead,
tough.
Kevin.
It's tough.
I'll let you do the honors.
Yeah. I'm giving it to Trafford.
Trafford wins.
Trafford wins.
Why did Trafford win?
Never seen anything like it. Just captured vintage, captured creativity, a lot of dial optionality, which I really like. Great price point, fantastic
$500
presentation.
for that?
Fantastic. I consider that too, because I'm thinking I would like to see him get a big boost in entry-level sales here. These are fantastic pieces. And they're elegant. You can wear this with a t-shirt, we can wear it with a tux. I could see people buying 2 of them for a different look. This is kind of a funky, sporty vibe. They win. It's that simple.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
Kevin has spoken.
No, I know.
Trafford.
And believe me, this is a cool piece too.
It is. I think they're all cool pieces.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have here.
I mean,
Kevin has decided.
My heart is broken for those that didn't win, but Trafford, you deserve it. You did a hell of a job. And I remember I looked at the presentation and said, wow, that's a cool piece. That was right out of the gate with that 1-minute video.
So that's all we have for today.
Yeah.
Now, I want you all to leave a comment. Who do you think should have won? Do you agree with Kevin's pick? Do you disagree?
I think there'll be a massive amount of disagreement. And that's
I
what's
agree.
great about this format. We should do it again. But remember, Teddy is a bad guy. He's a bad guy.
That is not true. We're bringing forth artisans, new makers, and I think that's the point of this video.
I think
we want to
you've come up, this is your idea. It's a great idea. I want to do it again. I think we should support makers, but I think everybody should put down their opinion. They really should.
Please.
And you're going to see enough of these pieces to make a decision. I'm intrigued. But Trafford, good for you. You're the first winner of the first contest, and you deserve it.
Congratulations. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bad guy.